participant in the plan, you can receive the benefit usually as soon as the participant is eligible for retirement. And in some plans, that's as early as age 55.
Okay, what about the flip story? We have a wife who's now 63 and a husband who's 40, and she gets his benefit, but he's not going to retire for maybe 20 years, and she's going to turn 65 in 3 years. Would she be able to collect at that point?
Good possibility she won't be able to. She would only be able to collect when he's eligible for retirement. And even in an age 55 plan, with age 40, you're talking about another 15 years before she's eligible for retirement.
Okay, before we forget again, let's show your information. There's your telephone number again. And do that. So if you need to contact Attorney Bryan E. Daum, that's the telephone number, 520-577-5155. And we're back on the main screen here. This is really complicated.
It can be very complicated.
And so I think one of the things that we clearly what people want to do here is make sure that they have good professional advice before they start doing this, even
as early in the divorce as you can.
And that's usually something which is not handled directly by the attorneys, or is it? I mean, most of the time I've seen people so specialized that mostly somebody like you handles it as opposed to the attorney in the divorce or the mediator.
Well, my preference would be for either the client or the divorce attorney at some point very, very early in the divorce, ask me, what do I do in this type of situation with this type of plan? And if it's a plan that I haven't worked with before, to contact the administrator, find out what that particular plan's procedures are, and then find out what they are, consult with the divorce attorney, and have things done in the divorce decree properly.
Well, I just saw the 2-minute warning here, so we're getting close. It's hard to go. It goes so quickly. Before we run out of time, I really want to mention, since in our area in Arizona with the Air Force Base here, what about military pensions? Is that a whole different animal, or?
It's a government plan, and excuse me, and you have the same problems in those that you usually have with federal employees' retirement system, which is it's a shared benefit. You receive nothing until the participant actually retires, and if the participant takes a life benefit, then it stops at his or her death, and the alternate payee would only receive something if there's an award of a survivor benefit.
Just very quickly also, if somebody dies at that point, one of the parties dies before they collect in a defined benefit plan, but it's already been split up, the person will still receive the benefits?
If it's a separate interest, yes.
Okay. Right. And if they've been divided, obviously, the other way too. And another just sort of quick question on this one is the interplay of Social Security. Social Security is really, once again, a separate...
It's a separate thing.
That's
right,
good.
and it's not something that I usually deal with.
Bryan, this has been a pleasure. I can't believe how much I've learned in this situation. I appreciate you coming and spending the time. I know it's technical, but I think what we've at least told people at this point is that you've got to make sure that you get competent legal advice in order to do this, so you don't make a mistake. Thank you very much for coming and this afternoon and talking to me about that. We really appreciate that. And you've been watching Divorce TV. You can also watch us on YouTube with Wally Marcus, with our special guest today, Bryan Daum.